guys. My name is Kobe Ashton, and you are now listening to the very first episode of Coffee with Kobe. Can I get a woo woo a? So, before we get started, I want to go over a couple things. If you don't know, my name is Kobe Ashton. I'm 25 years old, and I always dreamt of starting a podcast because I always think I have something to say. But, you know, some things sometimes should be censored. Anyways, the mission statement for this podcast is to create a comfortable environment for conversations that feel like you're talking with a close friend, which means I'm going to be very opinionated, very honest about how I feel, but I don't want to come across as judgmental. You feel me? And I have 5 rules. 1, be respectful. 2, be honest. 3, remain confident. 4, keep judgments minimal. Okay, we all know we're going to have biases. We're going to have biases in certain things that we don't agree with. That doesn't mean we should judge harshly. And then 5 is to create the life we love. Okay. So I was supposed to record this podcast episode months ago, but we all know life happens. If you follow me on my social media, maybe not. All of my @s are Kobe Ashton, by the way. The O is an X. Anyways, there is a guideline or an outline of how the podcast is going to go. It's just, key points, and then we'll branch off as it progresses, if you understand. So, what is talent? The definition that Miss Googlera gave me is a natural skill or ability to be good at something, especially without being taught. So where does that get us? I think that talent can be nurtured. I believe that talent can be given or passed on generationally, and that talent isn't necessarily skill set. When you have an artist, because this week's episode is about music specifically, when you have an artist that is a skilled artist, a lot of that isn't just natural ability. They have to be taught on how to hone in on their talent. Or you have those cases where people that can't dance or sing at a fucking all acquired the skill set and are one of the top artists to date. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama. And that will lead us into our next bullet point: survival shows. I am an avid watcher of survival shows. And when we think of survival shows, we're not talking about like Naked and Afraid. We're talking about X Factor, American Idol, America's Got Talent. But in this specific sense, we're talking about K-pop survival shows. So Boys Planet, the Produce series, Make Mate 1, Island, etc. I think survival shows show who a person is without evil editing, because we know they evil edit. They show who the person is, but they also showcase talent. Not all talent, because producers, CEOs, executives know or have a feeling of who they want before they actually solidify the group as the show progresses. They look for fan reaction. We know this, blase, blase. I don't like survival shows for the evil editing. We have to think about this. These are young people. They want something that they feel is out of their reach. They're living together for months. They're practicing together for months. Just to be eliminated or create controversy or drama, and then to see it platformed in front of the world, that is so many layers of pressure. It takes so many strong people to endure. But we have those cases of where people break after that. And then we have the disbandment curse. They will debut, and then maybe less than 2 years later, they disband. Eyes one. I said it. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot the messenger. It is actually very disheartening, because My immediate thought goes back to Dream Academy. Ooh, see, that documentary showed the raw behind the scenes of what those girls endured for almost 2 years before they actually were pushed into a survival show. It was not like that originally, but I digress. I'm intrigued by the concept of survival shows. I don't like how survival shows are operated. You're crushing people's dreams because a lot of these people were trainees before they even signed up for the show. You're crushing people's dreams and smiling in their faces. But also, fan vote is included in that horrible situation, which leads us to parasocialism. I am not going to define that for you. You can look it up yourself. I'm sorry. I love whoever is listening, but I'm not Wikipedia. These fans are so attached to their quote unquote idols that they will drag. And when I say drag, I mean for filth to hell if they have to. Y'all think Swifties and Barbs are bad? K-netizens, or just K-pop fans in general, because it'd be international fans too, are clinically insane. And they will put a dozen. If you don't know what a dozen is in K-pop, I we know a few. They put dozens in groups that cannot hold their weight. No shade. If you're a visual, you're a visual. But you have to have something more to contribute to that group besides being a visual. I love a good center. But if you're not holding it down like Zhang Hao, zero base one, then you're doing something wrong. Lord, I genuinely love survival shows. I have had an addiction to watching people compete to claim one of several spots in a debut group for years. And it just makes me sad for people like Alexa. Oh, I love that girl. She didn't get camera time in the produced series at all. At all. Yunjin. Miss LaSarah from herself. Eve Psych. Yeah, they played my girl. They played her down to the ground, pick her up. Like, from a business standpoint, a survival show and creating that layer of tension makes sense. But these are artists that you're trying to nurture to become the next quote unquote Blackpink, BTS, TVXQ, Shiny, 21, aespa, Girls' Generation. You want them to be legendary. How can you be legendary when you're breaking someone to the point of no return? No shade, no tea. I'm just telling you the truth. And people have to get that through their heads. They are people, not product placement. Hear me again. PPL, not PPL. I ate that up. Like, y'all already give them a rough time when they're trainees. Please let them have a reprieve when they're on a survival show. But that's the end of that segment. We're going on to topic 2, which is the eat, leet, not elite, eat, leet, Black Swan. Please, we have Gabby, Shreya, we got Envy, Fatu. That roll up EP, double, double, down, down, to down, double, double, down, down, to down. Ah! They ate that so bad. Listen, those are my icons, my legends. And I will die on that hill until the end of time. I have so much respect for them. And that's why I'm happy that minority representation is included in not only K-pop, but is becoming more accepted globally. We have a long journey to go, but we have to start somewhere. And I feel that Black Swan are breaking that barrier in this specific industry that will change the lives of many girls, boys, men, women, themen, because you know we have to be inclusive with the same dreams. And on a global scale, I think that showcasing more minority talent, it doesn't matter what the talent is, we need people signing them, getting them, getting them. Promoting, promote, eat, slay. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, y'all. I just sometimes I cannot take myself seriously because the way that I'm so passionate about music, I just love music. I love every aspect of music. If you don't know, I am a former band kid, a former choir kid. Like I music is the closest thing to heaven on earth for me personally. And I just want all forms of music that are not harmful, hear me out, that are not harmful to be on full display for the world to hear. And with that, the very first episode, the episode, I'm lagging, I'm glitching. The very first episode of Coffee with Kobe is over. I hope you enjoyed. It might be rough. This might be a rough listen, but I will get better. Mind you, I'm new to this, but I'm not true to this either. Okay, okay. With that, I'll see you next time. Please just tune in, child. What else are you doing? You bored ass motherfucker. See, I almost ate you up, but I'm gonna spare you because I love you. Hey.